For ACUSports.com, I'm Grant Boone at a very happy Moody Coliseum where the Wildcat women's basketball team has knocked off McNeese State 79-62, the final score in a matchup of a team in first place ACU against a team tied for second in McNeese. We've got Alexis Mason, the junior guard, and head coach Julie Goodenough. Alexis, let's start with you. Player of the week last week, making a bid for player of the week this week as well. 26 points, 20 of them came in the second half. What was the difference from first to second half, if there was one?
I think first half we were a little bit out of our rhythm with the bat being on the court, and so I think second half we just knew we had to come out and get it done. We knew it was a little too close at halftime, so we just came out ready to play.
There was a bat that flew through Moody Coliseum for a good 5 or 10 minutes. It interrupted play with ACU up 17-10. In fact, I think Susie was at the free throw line when the bat swooped in. You guys persevered. You fought through a lot of foul trouble in the game. Give me a sense of what the game felt like for a player with so many whistles.
It was hard to play through. Our starting five had 2 fouls in the second quarter, so our bench had to come up and give us a lot of good minutes, and I think they did that really well.
Well, I think there were 35, 36 free throws taken combined in the first half by both teams. Alexis, take us through those final 3 or 4 seconds of the third quarter when you launched. By the way, I'm sure it was a great play call from your coach to launch about a 25-footer. Take us through that moment.
I was just trying to get the shot off. I didn't even try to make it. I just shot it, and it went in, and it was just a momentum swing, I feel like.
Yeah, sometimes they go in. Yeah, better to be lucky than good sometimes. In your case, you're both. Let's talk to your head coach here. Alexis has been good from the moment she stepped on campus, Coach, but she's taken the game, at least these last few games, to a different level. Has there been a difference, or is it just a great player busting out and being exceptional?
Well, I don't have anything to back this up, but I would think that Alexis Mason is spending more time in the gym on her own than any other player in the conference. I mean,
not a coincidence.
No, I mean, she's putting in the work, and it's paying off on the court. She's a very elusive scorer. She can score in a variety of ways, and she did it all tonight. And the shot she hit to end the third quarter, we do a drill called full court shooting where they've got to hit a game-winning shot or an end-of-the-quarter shot like that for us to move on to the next drill. And so she has taken that shot. You know, we do that drill a couple of times a week. And so, I was glad that it was in her hands. I felt like, that was a great opportunity for her to finish the third quarter. You would have thought by the reaction in Moody we'd won the game with that shot. Yeah. And sure enough, that might have been what kind of elevated our level of play for the fourth quarter.
Took you from 4 points up to 7 points up. I really thought Alexis took the game over at the end of the third quarter on both ends of the floor. You get great performances from a lot of people. Sydney Shellstead goes for 22 and 12. Susie has her 25th career Dimba double with 11 points and 11 rebounds. And I thought your bench, while their numbers won't jump out at people on the stat sheet, when you got into foul trouble, I thought they did some good things.
They really did. I mean, we called on everyone on the bench to come in and help when our starters were in foul trouble, and they did a great job. We were getting ourselves in a bind with all the fouls and put McNeese at the line way too many times in the second quarter. I felt like we were really fortunate to have a 1-point lead at halftime. In the locker room, I just talked about all the people that had been resting on the bench, and they needed to be ready to go in and take over for us. And our starters really responded. They came in and played aggressive. They weren't passive just because they were in foul trouble. And just really great team effort again tonight. Really proud of our entire team. Our bench, whoever was on the bench, they stayed in the game the whole game. The crowd was tremendous tonight. I mean, great energy from Moody. They cheered hard for the bat, cheered hard for people trying to swat the bat, cheered for our team. I mean, it was just it's kind of a crazy night, but really fun, lots of energy in Moody.
Every conference win is precious, but that's a pretty good team you beat tonight, I thought.
Tremendous team. I know Brooks does a great job with their players. They've got some of the best individual players in the league. So this was a big win for us to be able to beat them at home and be able to persevere through some adversity. But, I mean, there's about 2 point guards in the conference, Johnson and Perez from Northwestern State. We've seen them both here in a week, and to try to slow those players down, I mean, it's almost impossible. Mm-hmm. They're prolific scorers. They're tremendous passers, and so, I mean, it took a team effort to try to slow Jalen down in the second half.
She had only 7 in the second half, and she was the only player to score in double figures for McNeese tonight. So ACU 13-2 now on the season, 4-0 in the Southland Conference, alone atop the conference. Another tough test coming Saturday in Nacogdoches, Texas, a 4 o'clock tip-off against Stephen F. Austin with the men's game to follow. Same time, same bat channel on Saturday. You can watch it here on the ACU Sports Network. For Alexis Mason and Julie Goodenough, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.